Alright. Simple scroll manipulations. The first 2 scrolls. So, as long as you have more than 2 keys, so pretty much should be every point that you're at the house, except for the beginning of the game, you should have more than 2 keys. You can do an RNG manipulation to get 2 scroll drops that'll help you run through the dungeon a little better. You can use this anytime after the first trip to the dungeon, because the first trip to the dungeon you have 0 keys, so you have to collect some keys. The manipulation's a little different. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about all the subsequent ones. So, what you're gonna do, right now I have a main manipulation coming in. You can reset the RNG from the house by going to Grandpa over here. Press A. You tap Start. You get that sound. Then you press Select to leave. So, I'll do that again. Press Start. You press Select. That resets the RNG. So from there, you select your character, you grab your items. The RNG should not be moving in any of these points, because usually it's enemies that change the RNG, and typically. So when the enemies start moving, that's when the RNG starts. So what we're gonna do is hopefully see if I can make a save state somewhere. You know what? 19. That sounds good. So we're gonna go down into the dungeon. The first thing we're gonna do is the enemy to our right. We're immediately gonna jump off the ladder and walk to him. He's gonna walk over a crack, a specific crack, and I'm gonna pause it at that specific point right here. You're gonna kill the enemy so that he's on top of that crack. And when he dies, a scroll will drop. So you'll go over, you'll kill him, and you'll stand on top of it, and the scroll should drop. You've done correctly. If not, then you can always go back to the house and try again. If you're doing a full manipulation, that might be worth it. If you're not, then you might as well just walk the rest of the way. Honestly, I don't think the scroll speed would benefit you if you're not going the full route. If you're just doing these first 2, if you miss this guy, just don't worry about it. Just continue on, I would say. But you want to wait for that guy to hit that. It usually takes 2 or 3 shots, depending on who you have. I would usually just get to that point, mash 4 shots, 3-4 shots, or whatever it is. Make sure the guy dies at that point, and then should drop a scroll. If it drops money, you're too early. If it drops poison, you're too late. So I will show both of those, if the RG is correct. So there's the scroll, and I'm going to show you a preview of the second scroll here. And that's 2. 2 scrolls, and then you can literally just take that, ignore all the enemies, and just run. When you have scroll speed like that, anytime you have scroll speed, if you're not manipulating more scrolls, you want to do your best to run. Change to that item. You can see how far it's going to take you. Drop down. Scrolls last 30 seconds from the last scroll you grabbed. Not too bad. That's a pretty good haul right there to start you up. And while you have scroll speed, you take a little less damage because you're in the enemy hitboxes less often. Excuse me. So I'm going to do an early one and a late one. Or I'm going to try to do an early one if I can jump off the ladder. Oh, that was kind of on time. I don't even know if I'll be able to do an early one. There's an early one. So, hitting early, you drop money, and hitting late, you get poison. So he's well past that crack. You want him kind of right in the center. That's where you want to kill him, on that crack, pretty much. So, you go through. Grab this. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to do exactly what I just did there. You're going to run down the ladder. You're going to use the enemy to boost yourself. And then you're going to just drop from here. Oh, sorry. You're going to drop here. Don't push too far to the right. You know, you don't fling yourself to the right. I'll show you what I mean. Don't fling too far. Sure, it's already longer than I was hoping it would be. Don't kind of go too far over here. Just kind of fall nearish the ladder. And then your goal is, once you recover from your drop, you're gonna kill this scorpion right there. Right on that crack. If you're a little late on that, you can go a little past the crack too. If it bounces and turns back, I believe that's too late. So if it bounces and then against the wall and then turns around, you'll get money if you're too late there. So you want to kill it on the crack. Grab that on the crack, and then this crack, and just drop down and sprint with it. And that is a simple scroll manipulation that anybody can do. A side note here, if you have Lil with the Power Glove at that point, sorry, let me find my save state here. If you have Lil with the Power Glove, which you take when you go to Zem's area, it only takes one shot to kill it, and you don't want to kill it too early. So I'm going to show you the manipulation with Lil, with this Power Glove. So one shot usually will kill him. Remember that the glove does 4 times the damage. She bounces a little higher, so you're going to have to kind of recover a little quicker. But the manip, like I showed you, is the same. Same thing with Pochi. But the thing is with Pochi, you're going to want to get close to the enemy. You're going to want to jump off the ladder as soon as possible and get close to the enemy and mash. So you're going to want to... Because Pochi's shots are short. So you're going to want to get there really, really fast. I typically mash the button. I don't usually hold it. I don't know if it would make that much of a difference, honestly. That was a little late. Yep. See how it's like a little too late? You gotta jump off the ladder immediately. As Pochi. To get it as Pochi, it's tough. And I believe that's essentially that. I'll show the Lil one again. I'll show Lil if you don't have the Power Glove on. Might be a little more... It'll shoot multiple shots if she does not have the Power Glove. She's kind of weak, so you might want to shoot like a lot of shots if you're not using the Power Glove. And that's pretty much that. Good luck.